Hello everyone, this is Sugimori. I was just going to take a look at the new ladder maps for Season 3. Some of the removals from the 1v1s were Habitation Station, Frost, Alterzim Stronghold, and Way Station. I'm okay with Habitation Station and Alterzim being taken out since I had them vetoed anyway for my map pool. Frost, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter to me. It was kind of a big map. Way Station, I didn't really like the short spawn. I think the long spawn was okay, but I'm usually the person getting rushed instead of rushing, so I was not really a fan of that, so I'm kind of happy they took that out. Let's look at some of the new additions for 1v1. Foxtrot Labs. You start in any of the four corners. And there's like an expansion right outside after like this really long stretch of land. These areas seem like they'd be easily dropped by a Terran or Protoss. So I don't know how I feel about that yet, but some of the maps that were in the pool already had this, so it shouldn't be that big of a change from now. As you can see, there's an expansion here. There's also a gold here. Now, if it's cross spawns, this is like right along the path to get to your base, and even really if they spawn here as well. I don't know how I feel about taking that gold, but you can break these rocks to get to this other third, but as Zerg that's kind of a little bit more difficult, so you have to get all the way around there. I don't know how I feel about this map quite yet, but I'm going to keep it open for my map pool. It says that the map offers some drastically different ways to attack and expand, depending on where you're spawned. So if you spawn like here, for example, it might be more difficult for a person that might spawn here to reach you and get these like 3 bases that you would probably get. But if somebody spawns up here, like, they're pretty close proximity to you and easy access up these ramps around these other rocks. So the next one is Deadwing LE. It's a 4-player map. It's narrow attack paths, which is generally bad for Zerg. This is probably going to be like a Protoss favored map. They're saying that it should be easy to take 4 bases on this map. So let's look at it. So you spawn at all these corners, and it looks like you have 2 nice, easy to take second and third. And even the 4th is pretty easy to take, it looks like. That being said, it's probably really easy for Terran and Protoss to wall off and just keep these bases. There's 2 watchtowers over here. Should be pretty easy to keep control of the map. A couple lings. I kind of like these back entrances, but the fact that there's 2 rocks makes it probably not gonna be broken by me. It seems like it would take way too much time and too easily scouted, since it's between 2 of the bases. But again, there's rocks also around these bases. So if you're able to break the 4th, you could probably pretty easily break these rocks open and just get easy access to the natural. The ramp also seems like pretty wide, but at that stage of the game, where if you have these 3 bases, it's probably pretty easy to wall off for them. Looks like you have some collapsible debris over here. That I might think about breaking off if I take like a 5th. Yeah, I kind of like this map. We'll see how it goes in ladder. Next map up is Catalina LE. This is a looks like a 3-player map, just like merry-go-round. I wasn't really a fan of merry-go-round. I feel like I got cheesed fairly often on that map. But we'll take a look at it. It actually almost looks exactly like it. Except for, you know, this base being completely secluded on merry-go-round. I guess I like it better than merry-go-round a little bit. I don't know. This is probably going to be vetoed by me. It just, I don't know. I don't really like 3-player maps that much for some reason. But I really do like this octopus with 7 legs. Lastly, we have Nimbus LE. This is another 4-player map. There's an in-base natural expansion on the high ground, so it's kind of like Altrazim, except the natural base is above your main base, but not like recessed like in Altrazim. They say this is an interesting feature. I don't think I like that at all. Because what a Terran might do is just load up some tanks in medevacs and just put them up there, and they'll just wall you out of your own base if they can take it out first. And they might even be able to hit your main if they just plop tanks right there. This is probably going to be vetoed by me as well. With the in-base natural, just makes it really easy, I think, for Terran Protoss to just wall it off and have 2 base income without even trying. So, I don't know, there's just too many Protoss 2 base all-ins, and Terran is scary enough on 1 base if they turtle. So, I don't know, I don't like this at all. So I'm probably going to veto that as well. So the 1v1 map pool for Season 3 is going to be Foxtrot Labs, Catalina, Nimbus, King Sejong Station, Overgrowth, Merry-Go-Round, and Deadwing. What I'm probably going to veto would be King Sejong Station, Nimbus, probably Merry-Go-Round. It's kind of surprising to me that they have both Merry-Go-Round and Catalina in the map pool, since I think they said these 2 maps are the only 3-player maps that have ever been in the ladder pool. So that's kind of interesting, so I'm probably going to veto one of them. Probably Merry-Go-Round. I like the look of Deadwing, and Foxtrot looks kind of interesting to play for a while. But we'll see how much I like them, and I'm sure you guys will see me play them. Since I also do play 2v2s with Nightmare, we'll look at the 2v2 map pool. One of these is, well, first of all, they're removing Geosync Quarry and Reclamation. I know I didn't really like Geosync Quarry, and I don't really remember what Reclamation was. This map is actually really interesting. You and your ally will spawn. You guys are separated. However, the rocks block you and your opponents. So this map will probably be like really air heavy most of the time. So I can expect a lot of Void Rays and Mutalisks. It is interesting with these 2 gold expansions. And there's also 1 gold expansion that's for 1 ally, which I think is kind of strange. Me and Nightmare will be fighting over that. But all the other expansions seem mostly easy to hold. I kind of like this map, but I really don't like Void Rays, so we'll see how that goes. I'm curious if you'd be able to get a Colossus to walk up and over. It looks like you would, so that's a little scary. And Reapers will also be able to make it to you, to scout you out and stuff. And of course Overlords. One of the other maps they're adding is Preservation. They say that they have really far rush distances, which I'm okay with. And it's more macro oriented, which I'm also okay with. They have the 3 bases, which we've seen recently. But another thing that they add is 2 ramps to wall off, which, if somebody were to wall that off, it would take a lot out of their economy if they're doing it by themselves. Yeah. I feel like rushes would actually be more prominent on this map. Are there any watchtowers on this map at all? I don't see any. I would need to do a lot more Overlord scouting with that. Yeah, that's 5 easy bases to take if you can hold them off successfully from all the rushes. I like the design of it. It looks cool to me, if that means anything. Yeah. I don't really do 3v3s and 4v4s, so I really shouldn't be putting in my 2 cents about it. I like that the expansions are behind the base though. In 3v3s that I have played, I've always been afraid to take bases outside because of how easy they were to pick off. So I guess that's pretty neat. It also has 3 Zelnaga towers. Wow. That's cool. The Dust Bowl. This is like one of those maps I don't like. I don't like really being separated from my teammates. It also looks like it might be hard to take some of these bases, specifically that one where we get stuck with it. 4v4s. This is pretty much the same as the old country one. It looks... yeah, it is the same. So we already know how that goes. Halcyon. Where do you even spawn on this thing? Yeah, it must be like right here. You have 2 gold expansions in base. That's actually pretty neat. and one without rocks and right outside the ramp. There's so many expansions on this map. I might keep this open if I ever were to play 4v4. Alright, well, that's it. Thanks for listening.